Okay, today we're playing a game on Ilios. The average SR of this game was 2,461, and we will be playing Roadhog the entire way through. The cat decided he wanted to be here very shortly before, even though he's going to leave mere moments from now, which will be very inconvenient for all parties involved, mostly the cat. Anyway, our current team composition is Reinhardt, Roadhog, Soldier 76, Genji, Zenyatta, and Lucio. This was, see, there he goes. He's been here for exactly 25 seconds and he's already gone. So this game would have been pre-Mercy nerf. So, by those standards, this is a bad team comp because it doesn't have Mercy on it. Not so much the case now. It does still have, like, no main healer on it, which is an issue. Mostly because we also don't have a dive comp, right? Like, this kind of the healer setup works if you've got a dive comp because you just kill a fucker real fast. Whereas we're playing a pretty slow comp. You know, Genji's the fastest element of our team, so having a main healer would be more beneficial to us. But it's not likely to be the end of the world, but it is worth pointing out. So let's start the game. Well, it's no good complaining to me, is it? You're the one who did it. Anyway, so we're on Ruins right now. And we don't really want to be standing, like, in the point right now, if at all possible. I've gone too fucking quiet, goddammit. We've followed Reinhardt in, obviously, but, you know, generally standing in the pit on Ruins tends to be a really good way to get yourself killed, because you're just kind of looking up at, like, that, right? It's really scary. And you can just get shot at from so many locations when you're in the pit, right? If you got, like, a top-down view, it's like, yep, you know, you're a box. You'd be threatened from literally every location outside of the box. So you don't really... And it's all high ground compared to you. So you don't really want to be in there, if at all possible. I've banged the desk like 7 times already, so I'm very sorry. The production value, it's all fucked. So we've been hooked by their Roadhog, which is very unfortunate. Now we're trying to run away, but we've had to run away... We've run away through the pit, which is... still not a great location to go through because it's still really fucking hazardous in there. You know, we followed Reinhardt in, so that's one thing, but we don't really have to follow Reinhardt in at the same time because we are a pretty independent hero as Roadhog. So we can just, like, hang out around the rim anyway. It's kind of like being on... It's like Sanctum, essentially. Slightly different layout, but same basic concept where... standing on the point in Sanctum is very scary because of just the sheer number of locations you can be threatened from, and there's also a pit you can get pushed into. You know, Ruins is the same thing, basically, minus the pit, so standing on the point is very, very scary. In general, standing on the point is very, very scary, and, like, there's no point early on in a King of the Hill game because the point doesn't even unlock for 30 seconds, so... standing on the point before it's unlocked is really accomplishing nothing except making it easier for you to die. So, Genji's died, like, right as this team fight's about to start. We've got an Orisa now instead of a Reinhardt. Orisa is better for this map. Orisa generally is better at the King of the Hill maps than Reinhardt is, because Reinhardt doesn't really like fights coming at him from multiple directions, as they usually do on King of the Hill. Ruins is one of the better ones, because it is largely one-directional. But Reinhardt generally doesn't do so well on the King of the Hill maps. Orisa fares slightly better than Reinhardt does on King of the Hill maps. Generally also in general these days, just because Reinhardt's a really slow hero, and the game's quite fast right now. People are speculating that with the Mercy nerf, the meta might, like, massively slow down, and Reinhardt might be better if slow grinder comps come up. Maybe even, like, Reinhardt and Orisa becomes the stand. You see this clan back here? You see him? You see this clan back here? Reinhardt Orisa maybe even might be, like, the comp, because people are expecting, because you can't get rezzed anymore, it makes dying way more punishing, so some people are speculating people are gonna, like, super turtle up, basically. I'm not sure I buy that, because part of, like, the reason why turtling up is strong would have been Mercy also, so I'm not sure it really makes turtling up doesn't really seem more appealing to me after the Mercy nerf, because now, okay, you're super turtled up, but then when someone dies, they die, right? Like, if you're a super turtly comp, usually losing one person is really, really bad. So, I'm not super sure I buy into that, but, you know, people are speculating that that might be how it goes. That has, like, no bearing on this current game. It's just sort of a tangent that I go on, as I'm known to do every now and then, you know. Not interested in concise points, personally. So we actually, did we get pushed back? Because I kind of thought we started moving back again. No, we did start moving back. So we can hang out behind Orissa's shield right there. And we're low health. We came out the other side of the shield when Soldier was able to pick us off. We can, like, hang out in the half bubble and probably survive that situation, because we only needed to start huffing, like, a little bit of our paint, and we would have been fine. So we've got our ultimate built up right now. What's their team right now? Aside from the Symmetra, it's pretty average. You know, they've technically got 2 supports. Their team comp is technically better than ours, because they have a Mercy, and we don't have a Mercy. So, anyway, wait, do we have a Mercy now? Did it change? No, we don't have a Mercy still. We're having a lot of trouble staying alive, like, team comp-wise. In the email, there wasn't a specific question, but basically, this is always very promising when I read something to this effect in an email. It said, essentially, it said, I don't know why my team lost. Why did we lose? And I'm always like, that sounds like a lot of things went wrong in that game if you're not sure why exactly you lost. And, you know, not to spoil the outcome a little bit there, but, it's not going super well right now. You can see this isn't a terribly long game, so that's perhaps not the most surprising thing in the world still. We're having a lot of trouble staying alive right now, and because this is pre-Mercy nerf, the fact they've had a Symmetra shield generator plus the extra padding of their Mercy being on their team, it's very hard to kill them. We have 2 off healers, but their team is very hard to kill. Genji has been, like, getting fucked because the way their team comp is as well, but, like, their team comp is hard to kill. And our team comp, because of the 2 supports we have to, like, kill people quickly, which is hard to do versus that team, and also hard to do versus a Mercy unless you kill Mercy, but the Symmetra is making that harder as well, so that's, like, an issue that we're having right now. Here we get, like, way too into it, you know, we start getting a little bit momentum, and we're like, alright, I'm fucking going in, let's do this, and then, shit, oh fuck, oh good heavens. We, just need to be a little cooler right there, you know, we started gaining some momentum, and we let it go to our heads, and we're like, I'm fucking going in. We could have played it just, like, more calm. You know, our team isn't, like, that fast, really, right? Like, Genji and Lucio are fast, but, like, rest of our team is really... Reaper's slow, we're slow, Zenyatta's slow, Orissa's slow. So we can't go, like, barreling in like that, because our team is not going to follow up super well. They could, you know, Genji and Reaper might come in and, like, kill a bunch of people really quickly, but if we're also pushing people away with our ultimate while we're getting focused in the pit, it's much less likely to happen. So we went really far up right there, but, like, their team, unless we get hooked by Roadhog, we're not really likely to die, so we can get away with some fairly audacious positioning as far as it goes. So we hooked the Soldier right here. In general, it's going to be really hard to kill this guy, because Mercy's right there, so she's about to start healing him. But, you can still one-shot a person with Roadhog. It's harder now, but you can still do it. Basically, like, the trick is, you hook the person, you take a step into the person, you shoot, and then, you just shoot, like, ideally you get some headshots, but you just want to hit, like, the majority of the pellets, and then you melee, but, like, you take a step into the person first, and then you melee just in case. Whereas we suddenly start, like, hopping right afterwards. We don't even, like, try to punch the person. We can see there that it wouldn't have mattered, because the dude was still half health afterwards anyway. But, like, always punch, just in case, because you can never predict exactly how healthy they're gonna be after you hook them and shoot them. So, like, just throw the melee in there anyway, because I've seen and I've lost many kills because I was like, I need to punch this dude, and then they slip away with, like, 2 health. Like, punch the dude, always. You never know exactly how it's gonna go, just punch him anyway. Doing the punch doesn't really add much delay to your next shot, so just do it anyway, just in case. So we're having a bit of a scuffle with Symmetra here. She's not, like, she's gonna take an eternity to kill us. It's hard for us to kill her as Roadhog, because Roadhog, his spread is quite fat, right? Like him, his spread is quite fat, you know. So it's hard to kill the thinner models. Like, one of the hardest things in the game to kill as Roadhog is Baby D.Va, because she's like a fucking pencil. So, you know, she's never gonna kill us because we're too healthy, and Zenyatta's there as well, but like, the issue with getting into that kind of fight, though, is that while you're probably not gonna die, she is gonna farm a lot of ult charge off of you, so... And Symmetra is one of those heroes where she really doesn't need the extra help in building up her ultimate. So, what I'll say here is also, we just saw Symmetra get revived, and then we start going over here. Like, we kill Reinhardt, alright, fair enough. We should now be more concerned with the Symmetra than anything else, honestly, because Symmetra's right next to our backline, and Symmetra's really scary, because she can just, like, run through an entire team if she's uncontested. It ends up not mattering. We can see that Zenyatta did, in fact, manage to kill her, but if a Symmetra is, like, close to your backline, she should be your #1 priority, because she'll run through your entire backline if you don't stop her. And usually people need help to kill Symmetra, because it's very scary, she's tethered to you, you know she's gonna kill you quickly, so you're panicking, and you gotta kill her fast, because she's gonna kill you. You usually need to help people. So, Rissa's bubble is currently facing the wrong way, which is very awkward for her, but it's alright, nobody's here right now. She's a dead lady. Punch her anyway, just in case. Like, even though you see her coming in at half health, punch anyway. You never know. You never know. Roadhog's spread is quite unpredictable. As shotguns tend to be, but like, in terms of shotgun spread, like, Reaper's is very consistent, Roadhog's is a little inconsistent, and then Doomfist is fucked. So, you know, we're in the middle of the line right here. We got it. Just in case. You never know. Give him a punch. You don't even give him a punch, you like give him a scrape more than anything else, because you hit him with the hook. Honestly, you know, it's impressive that, like, the hook itself doesn't do more damage, because, like, Roadhog hooks you, like, around your abdomen area, and then pulls you in on a winch, right? So you're like, oh, forwards. That'd break my spine. Like, I'd come out of the hook on the other end, and I'd already be dead, right? Like, it's pretty impressive, honestly, that the hook doesn't do more damage, all things considered.
Someone touched his spaghetti.
Somebody touch my spaghetti.
Spaghetti. So, we lost that round. Very sad. The, you know, timeline kind of reveals a little bit what's going to happen in this next round. Yeah, you know. So, I would say the main issue we're having right now is that our support lineup for the first round was quite bad. We also, like, this is fine by today's standards. By this game's standards, though, this team comp is still bad because neither of these supports are Mercy, right? And they have a Mercy. So, we're currently just at a disadvantage compared to the enemy team. This is not true anymore. This would be fine now. But we're at, like, a huge disadvantage because we don't have a Mercy. We just have to kill more people than they do, which is always going to be hard. And then Symmetra's there making it harder to kill those people anyway. You know, it's terrible. It's all sad. All things considered, though, I think their team is just kind of better than ours, right? Like, I feel like their team is just, like, better than our team is overall. And, Symmetra is one of those things, like, where if the enemy team doesn't play around the Symmetra wins. Like, it's just kind of one of those things. I would say we aren't super focused on dealing with Symmetra this game. Also, us switching to Winston would have probably been more advantageous than us playing Roadhog, because Winston's, like, pretty good against their team, right? Like, they have a Symmetra, so that's obviously, like, a huge benefit to us as Winston. Yeah, Winston gets beat by Roadhog, but, like, that's it. That's the only person on their team that really beats Winston, so Winston is probably better for us to be playing overall than Roadhog is. I don't feel like we've had a super huge influence this game. To be fair, though, I don't see that many avenues to really take advantage of either in this game, you know. They've got a Winston now. So now we can, like, really fuck the Winston. This is the thing with Roadhog, is if you make the Winston's life really difficult, you'll have a bigger impact. Now, I have just said that you don't have to worry about it so much if you're playing Winston, because you just gotta play around the Roadhog. But if you're playing Roadhog, fuck that Winston's day up. Go fuck him. So, here's their Roadhog. That's scary, because we don't have our hook right now. And Roadhog versus Roadhog, the exact permutation of everybody's hook cooldown is pretty important. So this is a risky maneuver to pull off, because they have ways to knock us off the edge. And in general, I don't think it's worth going for that kind of maneuver that often on this map, because it's very easy to get punished, basically. And it's harder to pull it off on this map. Like, well, it's really fucking easy, right? You stand over the well, you hook them, they go in. I think on Lighthouse, it's not so worth going for it, because it's quite easy for you to get punished instead. It's a similar setup to Night Market on Lijiang, because you can do... There's like a similar kind of corner setup, but the geometry on Night Market makes it harder for you as Roadhog to get punished, because it's very hard for you to get knocked off, right? Like, someone has to sneak up on you, essentially. The way Lighthouse is, it's a lot more open as a map, so when you're going for the cheesy hook, you could, like, this guy's going for, like, a similar thing, and he got punished instead of us, right? It's, I don't find it super worth going for on this map compared to other King of the Hill maps. So we get shoved off because they've got a bunch of things to shove with, and it was actually Farah. We probably also got bumped by Junkrat. What exactly happened? The bitrate kind of gets fucked. It's probably also Diva. The frame rate kind of gets fucked up, but like, Farah bumped us real fucking far. I would have done the exact same thing. After hooking the Roadhog like that, I'd be like, I'm going in, boys, because it's really easy to kill people on this checkpoint with, Roadhog's ultimate. But unfortunately, we got bumped a billion light years away, so that sucks. Fortunately, fight still goes well, even in our absence. Hooray. And we're most of the way towards capturing it. We're almost 3/4 there. Missed the hook on the soldier, that's unfortunate. There is, like, some general mechanical stuff going on in the background that, like, I don't generally like to comment on. I find there tends to be quite a bit of it in Roadhog games, where, with mechanical stuff going on in the background, because, of course, Roadhog has a mechanical requirement to him. If you can't hook people, and you can't consistently one-shot people, or close to, it's, that's an issue for Roadhog. But, like, you know, missing like that really sucks, and it's a fairly easy hook, but, like, aim better isn't super helpful advice. So, whenever I watch a Roadhog game, I look at it going on in the background, and I'm like, honestly, like, there weren't that many extra situations to take advantage of. It's just, like, a lot of it came down to failing mechanically in situations. I can't help you with that. And Roadhog is one of those heroes that has, like, a mechanical requirement. Here we get bumped again. Roadhog starts using his ultimate, so it's very hard for us to really do anything about that unless we're going to hook him out of it. So, positioning-wise, you really want to avoid fighting near the edge on this map, because this is one of those maps where it's very easy to get bumped off suddenly. So, we really want to avoid going near the edges if at all possible. Like, we don't even have ways to, like, mitigate the effect, right? Because, like, our other tank is Diva. So there's nothing gonna block these knockbacks or anything like that, really. So, you just got... Positioning near the edge on this map is very easy to suddenly die, so really we want to try and avoid going near the edge. Like, yeah, there's the possibility we hook somebody off, but there's also the possibility we get bumped off. And they have quite a lot of things that bump, so even Diva can bump us off. So we're going in, we missed the hook again, very sad. We're just going to come in with our ultimate. The thing is with doing this is that currently they're all alive, and they do a lot of damage, so we end up getting killed very quickly. And Roadhog's ult is that way, where you're most vulnerable while you're using your ultimate, so... Grant, like, you're not really gonna get a better opportunity at that point, because they're most of the way towards winning the round, so... You can sit back and play it more cool, but... largely, by that point, you're probably not going to do that much better, honestly. It's just, they do a lot of damage, so... Once you start using your ultimate as Roadhog, you're pretty vulnerable. We don't see the play of the game. Oh, look, Plat, yay. Look at these. Alright, what we got? What we got? Grandmaster Moira gameplay tips. You know, fittingly enough, there's a lot of Moira stuff in here. I like Moira. A few of my own videos, nice. You know, egotistical and all that. Post-nerf nerfing, yep. And 10 speedrunners who were caught cheating. You know, one of these things is not like the others. I do like speedrunning, though, so it still fits in with my sphere of interests. This is such a lame background, isn't it? Like, this was terrible. Just like the white void with, like, ugly Reinhardt skin and all that. Oh, God, terrible, dreadful. So, like, most of the stuff happening in this game is, like, mechanical stuff happening in the background, you know, missing hooks and such. Can't do much about that. It's just, like, grinding it out till muscle memory is built. In general, we play, like, too aggressively in situations where, like, running on, like, super ahead of the team, but, like, Roadhog isn't a good, like, frontline tank because he's not got any shields attached to him or anything like that. He's, like, yeah, he's not gonna die, but he's not, like, usually you're not gonna die. You can die, but, like, it's hard to kill Roadhog because Take a Breather is really strong. But, like, running off ahead of the team as, Roadhog isn't usually gonna get very much accomplished. And, largely, though, I don't fit, positioning-wise, you know, near edges and all that, kept getting punished for being near edges, because their team is really, there's a lot of things that can push you off the edge on their team. And playing too aggressively, with mechanical stuff happening in the background, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, though, this isn't a game you win. The best thing you could have realistically done in this game is change to Winston. Because Winston against their team comp overall is pretty good, because he's obviously good against Symmetra, he's good against Junkrat, he's good against Soldier, he's good against Mercy, so you're bad against the tanks, but, like, Winston's bad against all the tanks, so that's not a new development. So, like, the best thing you could have done was change to Winston, but looking at the way the game went, I don't think it really works out regardless. I just don't. Honestly, like, even watching the game, it's like, there weren't really that many situations you could try and leverage more, really, because there just weren't that many opportunities, honestly. If it's, you know, you said in the email, I don't know why my team lost, so insight there, like, our supports were bad, for the time, because this was pre-nerf Mercy. So our setup was bad at the time because of that. We had, like, dive comp supports without a dive comp at the very start of the game. And their team was very hard to kill because they had Mercy and Symmetra. So we just straight up had to kill more people than them because of how Mercy was. And Symmetra's making it harder to kill people. And then, like, you know, they had a Soldier as well, who also makes it hard to kill people. Their team was hard to approach because they had Junkrat, Symmetra, Roadhog, Reinhardt. So it's hard to go into them. Like, it was going to be very difficult for our team in general to work it out. Like, it's basically like team comp-wise, it just wasn't. The way we win as that comp wasn't likely to happen because of how their comp was. So, like, the best we could have done was change to Winston. But, like, somebody needed to be Mercy to even out that discrepancy. And, like, someone should have played Pharah. Because Pharah would have also been really good against their team. Soldier is obviously bad for Pharah, but, like, Soldier is the worst of all of the counters for Pharah. So, like, we should have been Winston, probably. One of the supports should have been Mercy, and one of the DPS should have been Pharah. That would have made it way easier to win that game, so the main reason I see losing this game is team comp, and I don't think that you personally fixed that issue by yourself. There was something you could have done, but, you know, assuming you can play Winston. If you can't play Winston, it doesn't fucking matter, because this is assuming equal skill with both heroes. But, like, not having a Mercy was a huge detriment, and, just, it wasn't super likely to happen, team comp-wise. So, that's the answer to that question. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.